Hello and welcome to Naughty Clicker News, the show where I look back at some of the gaming happenings of the week that was. But before I do, I want to say a big thank you to all my wonderful Patreons who keep this one-woman show up, running and sane. If you'd like to join them, links below. So let's tarry nod and spelunk into it. On the 27th, Larian Studios revealed the awesome cinematic introduction to Baldurs Gate 3, as well as an hour and a half of gameplay. I cannot express how good the game looked, how interesting I found the gameplay possibilities despite its turn-based battle mechanics, and as a D&D player, how much I loved to see that D20 pop up, hopefully no natural ones. So this game has been added to my must-have list of games alongside Cyberpunk 2077, New World and Final Fantasy VII Remake, of course. Now, returning to the universe after a 20-year hiatus is, well, it's quite a thing, and I will be making a TLDR Baldurs Gate lore video for new and old players planning to head back into Terrell, hopefully helping you feel at home in the world and giving you an overview of the realm's history and races. And why would you not want to know more after seeing this epic introductory cinematic? Now, if you missed the livestream playthrough and the cinematic, where have you been? There are links below to catch you up on that. Sadly, there is still no release date for the game, but my goodness, with this level of polish, it cannot be too much longer, surely. Speaking of future games which are a must for role-playing fanatics, we have more Final Fantasy VII Remake news today. PlayStation owners can download a free demo of the game right now, where you can dive into the iconic Mako Reactor 1 chapter. Or if you are sans a PlayStation, there are links below to the full playthrough of the game that they've released so far. It's been a long time coming, but the new Final Fantasy VII shows that with enough passion from the community and love and commitment from the developers, extraordinary things are possible. This is a roadmap to the future, let's hope. From one realm of the Final Fantasy universe to another, because the story arc of Shadowbringers has drawn to a close with the release of Echoes of a Fallen Star, or at least the end of this chapter, leaving a clear narrative path forward for the game heading into its next expansion, hopefully very soon. Now let me know in the comments if you are happy where we left off and what you think is in store for the Warrior of Light next. And if you just cannot get enough of Final Fantasy XIV, the devs dedicated an entire livestream to showcasing and exploring the art of the game. So if you want to know where the inspiration for the blue mage armor came from, to name one example, there are links below. It's actually super interesting. And finally, a tiny tidbit of news, just a soupçon to end with, but I'm sure very welcome ditty, because new dyes will very soon be available in-game. Now be sure to follow Final Fantasy on Twitter because they do a lot of news bursts and release information there. The out-of-the-box game creation platform Dreams is still knocking it out of the park with a host of wonderful fan-created tribute remakes, from Fallout to Star Wars and everything in between. The little engine that could is proving to be a magnet for creative gaming enthusiasts. Now, these wondrous recreations bring up the unpopular topic of copyright and boundaries of fair use. So if you want to enjoy some of the big franchise bootlegs, well, I'd get your backside in game before those takedown notices land. Honestly, can you believe this Star Wars set piece? Holy tomatoes. If you are looking for a new game to play or a reason to get back into a title you put on the shelf, here are some of the releases that caught my eye for March. On the 3rd of March, Division 2's Warlords of New York expansion arrives. The game boasts a new area, Lower Manhattan, which is shrouded in the fog of war and you must uncover as you play through. But worry not if you have not yet completed the previous story and content. You can skip ahead to Manhattan, but you will have to complete the Warlords story before you can head back to DC. Now, if you are brand spanking new to the game, Warlords allows you to create a boosted level 30 character, making it a true all-access expansion. So what are you going to be doing in Warlords? Well, you are going to be hunting down rogue agents and learning their unique abilities and skills. And of course, no expansion is complete without new gear and new gear types, along with an increase to the level cap 40, as well as shade levels beyond that. This is just the tip of the Expanberg. Links below to find out more, and if you're wanting to take a good look at the game before you decide to jump in, well, early access started today, so head over to Twitch and jump into one of those streams. On the 6th of March, Pokémon Mystery Dungeon lands on Switch. This kawaii dungeon crawler finds you transformed into an equally kawaii pocket monster of your choice, naturally, allowing you to interact with these monosyllabic fluffies in a more eloquent Detective Pikachu style. You get to explore the hand-painted environments, build your team of Poké helpers, rescue hapless pocket monsters, whilst making friends along the way in this turn-based single-player role-player game. March 10th sees Harrowstorm DLC arrive for Elder Scrolls players, kicking off a year-long journey through the dark heart of Skyrim. The DLC adds 2 new full-player dungeons, Ice Reach and Unhallowed Grave, with the usual new items, titles, achievements and collectibles, but 5.3.4's biggest focus has been on game performance, and reports coming in thus far point to notably higher frame rates in instance areas, with improvements to the open world for players with less meaty systems, as well as much shorter loading times. The ping issue has not been affected and is unlikely to change. Sorry. Now, if you're thinking of heading back into Elder Scrolls, a little reminder here, you have to re-download the game now. So TLDR, the new iteration of the game downloads in addition to the one that you already have on your hard drive, and then once the new game has fully installed, it automatically deletes the old version. If you are running short of space in your hard drive, well, you have been warned. Good luck. The charming and beautiful Metroidvania-type side-scrolling adventures of Ori is back with Ori and the Will of the Wisps. This new game introduces a new member to Ori's family, along with new weapons, abilities, and monsters to slay. If you are looking for a mini review for the first few hours of gameplay at least, there are links below, but it's not going to be long until this game is fully available because it launches on the 11th of March. Animal Crossing New Horizons is out on March 20th. Now, I've put this on the list as it's been memed endlessly in my timeline, but I've got to be honest, I know nothing about this game. In an effort to have something interesting to say for the video, I ended up watching a Honest Trailers summation of the game. It was quite hilarious. From an outsider's perspective, the game looks like a less task-focused iteration of Stardew Valley, which I'm totally down for, to be honest. Anyway, New Horizons, March 20th, links below to 101 facts about the game, which completely baffled me. That was the thing. Finally, because it's a short naughty clicker today, I'm heading off to the wilds of Cumbria to celebrate Christmas in March. It's a long story. Anyway, my last game is Half-Life Alyx, which is out on March 23rd. The first new Half-Life game since 2007, Alyx is a prequel taking place before the events of Half-Life 2, but unlike its sister titles, well, Alyx is a full VR game. Valve are calling it its VR flagship, so, you know, no pressure. Now, the game is still first person, still a shooter adventure RPG, but you had better have a cast iron stomach and nerves to match, because holy tomatoes, VR heightens all experiences because you are literally inside the gaming universe. It's completely devoid of that windowed world that mundane PC games provide. I have seen my friend, a historically unflappable 6'3" brash Yorkshireman, yelp like a scorched cat and head straight into a wall after a jump scare in a VR game. It is not for the faint of heart, and therefore I will be vicariously enjoying Alyx from the safety of my sofa as I send my hubtard into action for me. Now, don't get me wrong, I love VR, but I have aphantasia and it makes my brain overreact to all that visual stimulus, the close-up and personal stuff. It does things to my brain. It's not good. I am going to have to take a lot of time to train my little jelly to behave itself when I'm in there. Let me know in the comments if you have tried VR, if you are planning on trying Alyx, and if you think the risky platform choice will bite Valve in their posterior in the long run. Personally, I hope Alyx knocks it out of the park and heralds in a new age of VR gaming, despite the shortcomings of my jelly brain. Okay, so that's Naughty Clicker News for the week that was. There are links below for a deep dive into all the stories I covered here. Do let me know what caught your attention this week in the comments, and whilst you're down there, please do like this video if indeed you did like it, share it if the spirit moves you, subscribe and ring that bell if you think I've earned it and you don't want to miss any naughty clicks on the channel. And please do show some love to Cody, Kildare, Cub, Moulini, Jolly Joestar, Dark Griever, and all my wondrous, fantabulous Patreons, without whom there would be no Naughty Clicker anything. I can never thank you enough. If you'd like to join them, links below. Now I hope you will come back and join me again very soon. But until then, as always, thank you so much for watching.